They jealous of what we have. Bad, oh darling, I want a repeat of what you gave me last night. Because it was...
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you, Dominic, and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. 15 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. We're 15 minutes late this morning, but we are here in studio. Few technical glitches, but we are here in studio. All the best this morning. The girls, good morning to you. We are -1. Duncan Stowe is out of state. Duncan, good morning to you. And we are here this morning nonetheless.
Yes, praise the Lord. We are here this morning. The pleasant morning to all our many listeners. And before I go further, I want to extend happy birthday to my dear friend, Martin Lafont.
And your birthday is on Tuesday?
Yes, on Tuesday.
But I mean, last week was mine. This week is Mato, which was Yvette. Now it's yours.
Yes,
and Mato. So we do have a soiree?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I know Mato is very grateful for life. She'll be 80. Good old age of 80.
Big Mama is getting older, man.
Yeah, I just want to thank the Lord for my Big Mama and ask the Lord to give her more strength.
Indeed.
She's been a very beautiful person, both in and out.
Yes, and it was also our good friend Briley's birthday last week, and he's listening with his significant other, Juliana. Good morning to you, Briley, and Sweetie. Yes.
Yes, good morning again to Joyce, my beautiful wife and family, and my mother and all brothers and sisters, and all our friends who have met us along the way and have actually urged us to continue with the program. And I believe it's because they provide that level of inspiration for us.
Correct.
So that's why we are able to be here every now and then to just give our little piece, our little analysis based on what we hear. So again, it's a pleasure to be in the studios.
Yes, indeed. And also, I want to also denounce the situation that happened to Trendsetter the girls last week. That situation with Trendsetter, almost like what happened to me a year and a half ago. I want to denounce that, and whoever did that, it's shameful on you, Trendsetter. Hold strong and continue to do what you have to do.
Certainly, I do not believe any right-thinking individual can condone such a behavior. It's very troubling, disturbing, nervy, unsettling. And I'm not sure what was the objective of that attack, but certainly in a society we claim to be law-abiding citizens, there's no room for that in our society. Calypso is Calypso, and one has to understand that there will be sensitive issues. However, we have to embrace the art form for what it is, because that is what makes Calypso so interesting. So I just want to big up Trendsetter. I know he's not daunted by that. I know Trendsetter is a man of courage, a man of pedigree, as Zof I should say. So,
correct is right. Yes, indeed.
So I know my friend is unfazed, and I want to encourage him to continue, because he's been doing a lot of work in terms of he being a social media influencer, and Makai Belot is at my school, and then I must again publicly thank Trendsetter for such a great initiative to ensure that Makai is on his way to making a full and speedy recovery.
Yes, indeed. And so Calypso quarterfinals next week, the girls.
Yes,
it's fast, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh yes, and it's just the other day we had the eliminations.
The elimination.
So it's a fast, and that is what it is. The momentum, it has to be always on the move.
We've heard some nice songs. We've heard JD. So we'll kick off in a little while with JD, and we'll follow it with a few others, but. JD is already making a name for himself. We've heard Caressa sounding pretty good. We've heard Luscious, very good also. And a few others. Shadow Flow seems pretty strong also. And a few of the others. But we'll kick off this morning with at least JD. And we will get into the meat of things with our sponsors. Okay, as we get ready for JD's tune, the girls, you know, they always say where there's Calypso, there's cricket, there's controversy. We also have the West Indies playing, the girls. And interesting, even before we just touch a little on the West Indies, there's first class cricket coming to Dominica next month, the girls. Will you be part of it?
No, I won't be part of it.
You won't be part of
I
it?
won't be, and I think they have women's cricket as well.
Women's cricket also?
Yes, Windward Islands women's cricket.
Okay.
For this one, I will take a break.
You will
this one.
You will take a break for this one. But West Indies seems to be. I don't want to say they are doing pretty well, but they've bounced back after being bowled out for 163, and I think they were able to cop a lead of 9 this morning, and 20 wickets fell on day one of a Test match. That's a record. Your family motto would say that's a record.
It could possibly be a record, but I think it speaks to the quality of the pitches in Pakistan. I know these places have been known for spinner-friendly wickets, but then 20 wickets in one day for less than just a shade over 300 runs.
Correct.
I mean, it says a lot, and it's a sharp contrast to what we saw in Australia versus India.
Mm-hmm.
Some lively, bouncy pitches. Cricket, in my opinion, the pitch must be prepared in such a manner that if the bowlers bend their back, they can get something.
Mm-hmm. You've been an umpire
If
yourself.
the batsmen put down their heads, they can get something. It's totally unfair. It's unfair to the game for one aspect to be dominating. It certainly does not augur well.
Well, you see the girls, Pakistan, what they did, they've decided to prepare spinning wickets. They actually have fans drying the wicket, ensuring that the wicket is so dry that it cracks on day one, and just to suit their spinners, but it has bounced back against them. That is what happened, and you know, the first test was played in Malton. The second test is played at the very same venue. I mean, come on.
Well, but you see, and there's nothing wrong with that if territories prepare pitches to suit their style of play. But you have 20 wickets on day one, less than 300 runs, Kala. It's certainly it does not augur too well for the cricket. And mark you, the first test was completed in under 3 days.
Under 3 days.
And based on what you see, that test can be completed in the next day.
25 minutes after 8 o'clock, Calypso Moments right here on DBS Radio. We will listen to JD before we take a few words from our sponsors.
Well, boy, you're fed up, I'm tired, I'm mad and I'm angry too. At you, my people, my very people, acting like you don't have a clue. At every juncture and situation, you always seem to make the wrong choice. And when you're reaping the seeds that you sow, you move on and making noise. And like a cycle, over and over, that's my toe, you refuse to learn. Well, this back to front mentality is really cause for concern. Over the year, boy, we moving over the year. Is it that we give up out there, or do we figure the end is near? So we don't care. Over the year, the whole country over the year, like we stuck in a reverse gear. So we moving over the year. 20 years a man in a chair. Boy, we moving over the year. Still the country facing despair. Boy, we moving over the year. We need change and the signs are clear. Yet, we moving over the year. So what the hell he's still doing there? Boy, we moving over the year. Cause every time we corner his rear, and he knows that his end is near. Another jackass keeping in there, taking a us back to Duvan Day, yeah. Dee-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Doi, doi, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dee. Da-da-dee-da-da. Bodo-bodo. A senior counsel, an holy process, a security minister, a chief of police, an AG, chief electoral commissioner, and all them square pegs in them round holes all over every ministry. The traitor speaker and puppet parrots in our house making macaque. Me hungry neighbor still shouting labor. Well, one thing in common this year, they fulfilling one man legacy while the country do the year. Duva the year, boy, we moving Duva the year. Is it that we give up out there, or do we figure the end is near? So we don't care. Duva the year, the whole country Duva the year, like we stuck in a reverse gear. So we moving Duva the year. We money build the mansion, I swear. Yet we moving over the year. We still paying for rent and care. Boy, we moving over the year. All who get house and think it is theirs. Well, we moving over the year. Stand up and talk if you have no fear. Boy, we moving over the year. Cause every time election is near, man, we could feel a change in the air, but money make all esprit disappear. So we still moving over the year. Dee-da-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Doi-doi. Da-da-dee-da.
That was JD the Girls. We moving Duvan the year. Social commentary. Almost like what we have Deros with a social commentary, JD with social commentary. Checo also has a social commentary. Unfortunately, we won't be able to air Checo this morning for circumstances beyond our control. But social commentary seems to be hitting it right there, JD, looking at the social issues of the country. And according to him, we're moving over there back to front.
Yeah, I remember growing up as a little boy, they would say, Ukale Duvan de. That means instead for you to progress, to go forward, you are going back. And as you rightly said, it's a social commentary, and in JD's opinion, giving his analysis of what he sees happening in the country. So according to JD, we are not making any progress, we're going back. But having said that, Kalai, JD, I must say I'm really impressed with JD, both in terms of his ability to bring out very good songs and his ability as a writer. And we know that over the last couple of years, he has written quite a few songs. And Mighty D, he's written for Mighty D. And,
yes, and Mighty D has another nice
he has a very beautiful song. So certainly JD is one of the persons, Kalai, that really has the art form. And we could feel satisfied. Age is on his side, so to speak.
Yes, correct.
He's a relatively young man in comparison to the other Calypsonians. So age is on his side, and he has sort of held it together. So we expect JD to go very far and to continue to write and to inspire other young persons. He's doing a wonderful job with Mighty D. So I just hope that many more persons could avail themselves
to writing
and to at least, because not everyone can be a writer, but to take up the art form. If one shows an interest, then I'm sure a song can be written for that person.
And interesting that you've made that point. Guys like Bassi, who has left the singing competition, has been writing for a while. We have what's his name, Pat Aaron, the musician, who has been a prolific writer for years, and musician used to sing. We have Merlin Sentile, the wizard, who continues to write, and a few others. A Hunter also who has left the platform.
Well, we have Jacko as well.
Jacko, yes.
But you see, it should be almost a natural progression. And if I were to look at it in terms of cricket, when you have played cricket for a number of years, you feel, well, I can give back.
You go into umpiring.
When you go into umpiring, because you have the benefit of both worlds as an umpire and as a player. So as an umpire, you understand the perspective of the players because you would have played before. Translate that to Calypso. As a Calypsonian, you know what it is. You know what the judge is looking for. So in your writing, you sort of try to capture that in your writing, and then you pen a wonderful song.
Yes, indeed. Calypso Moments on DBS Radio, 1-800-327-448-3284. We will take a break from our sponsors for commercial sake. When we come back, we probably will want to hear Shadow Flow and, of course, Mighty D. We should have them with us. So let's take a quick break for our sponsors.
They are crying because so many things to get done. Ever you panilage, century pugain, happy hour, and sometimes if they could talk to the dead, they would say something like, "Who tell you go and die now? No, when I haven't got money. You couldn't die when I get the back pay the other day." It's a headache most people are not prepared to deal with. But thank God, see my mom to your mama credit union, and she was registered with the family bereavement insurance. You can collect your check and give mama a great send off. Grief is not a myth; it is real. It's difficile. Jije puka worry how you going to get money to pay the bills. If see lack of insurance for COPEF will help you cope. If it's suka play way, it will not be because you haven't got money. So remind your family and friends to contact the credit union because the plan will cover 6 members of your family. Change kote COPEF, we take away the risk. You are insured. Terms and conditions apply.
With COPEF, credit union. With COPEF. I wake up in the morning.
From the Milky Way, a timeless treasure has found its way on every breakfast staple in Dominica. A delightful promise is being kept. And now, everybody is drinking Promex. Promex full cream instant milk. Morning by morning, give your family a refreshing start to a productive day. Promex milk. It's pleasingly, teasingly, surprisingly delicious. Blends well with your choice teas, cereals, coffee, or all your family-friendly recipes. Promex. Good nutrition all day long. Promex milk. Every mother's favorite milk. Taste the moments that take your breath away. Promex. Available from AC Shillingford and retailers island-wide. AC Shillingford, where you spend less and get more.
Building resilience is the responsibility of us all. That means planning in the event of more frequent and intense storms. Introducing a new product called Flexible Hurricane Protection, FHP. FHP provides protection against tropical storms through to Category 5 hurricanes. If a storm covered by your policy impacts your island, you get a payout automatically. No assessors, no adjusters. Pick the amount of coverage you need. Use the funds however you want to cover lost income, replace damaged equipment or crops, rebuild your business, or carry out quick repairs to your home. Getting started is easy. Simply visit www.corpefinsurance.com to select the coverage that's right for you or choose an annual premium that fits your budget. Pay the annual premium at Corpef Insurance Head Office or your nearest credit union or a Corpef Insurance agent by May 31st. It's that simple. Make FHP a key part of your yearly hurricane plan.
When everybody listen to me, we have to think about your right now. This is going to be a wasted investment if we don't start procreating and procreating in quick speed. Everything will happen.
Yes.
Jump, I jump in them. 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 Mama di da di day, oi. Mighty D again. In this tough economy, nobody will hire me, so I'm forced to use my innovation. Searching hard for a business, no one else is offering in the A. All you do like competition. Ted McMurray come on the radio, saying how we local population too low. And if we do something right now, surely someday later we'll pay back somehow. So right here and then I made my business plan. Ladies, check me as your baby donor man. So if you're sexy and you know it, that's enough reason. But if you're not complicit, that's tantamount to treason. Sacrifice for your nation. Take what you've been given to better your...
We have a call on the line. Caller, good morning to you. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Caller, are you there? The caller is not listening to us. Okay, let's caller, sorry for that.
Station. Ruba. Remember his Jaja cry, be fruitful and multiply. How can I disobey creation? Every man is a woman, but some...
Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Caller, are you there with us?
Hey, I'm not a caller. I'm a new caller. Hello?
Hello, good
Good
morning,
morning.
caller. Go right ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to both of you. I need to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Yes. Are any of the songs that's being played, that's being sung by the Californians, are any of them supporting the positivity that's going on in the country?
Supporting what?
The positives that are going on in the country. Yes or no? Are there any songs?
Caller, that is for you to find out.
What's that?
That is for you to look at.
No, but I'm asking you. You are the one in the store, right? Now, what I'm hearing, I mean, all the negatives that they say that are going on in the country. That the first song you played, okay, the country is going over there. That's what the writer, the singer is saying.
Caller,
right?
let me just remind you that this is the Calypso season. People have a right,
I'm not. We're not going there. We all have rights, my brother.
Well,
rights. All of us have rights. So I have a right to ask a question. I'm just asking a question. I'm not making a comment. I'm not playing the politics. I'm just asking, as a person on the ground, are there any songs that promote the positive that's going on in the country?
Have you listened to Checker's song?
I have not. I'm asking
Well,
you.
so if you have not listened to Checker's song, 1 second, the girls. If you have not yet listened to Checker's song that we played last week, I suggest that you try to listen to Checker's song. Thank you very much, caller.
You're running away. Let's have a little talk.
No, caller, we have to take in a few other callers.
I am not supporting anybody. I'm simply saying, asking you all, if there are any songs that support the positive and good in the country. Now, the reason I'm asking that, right? The same Californians, okay, or the same Calypso Association wants money, taxpayers' money, to support the outcome, and that's fine.
I think, caller,
You have songs that support the positive that's going on in the country, not just the negative. And if the guy is going do what they hear, that is him, that's his choice. But I am going forward and progressive as a member of society. So let's be fair. Let's be biased. Let's be balanced. You understand? That's just one side.
Thank you very much.
If I didn't write a song, right?
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you so very much. We have to continue. Thank you very much, caller.
But John Baptiste, I find the comment by the caller very strange
and very aggressive this morning there.
Because what we have to understand, and we should never lose that focus, which is Calypso is social commentary.
Yep.
And it is for the Calypsonians to decide on what issues
correct
they want to sing on. It's not in my place or your place
to decide.
Who determines what is positive?
Exactly. We have an next call on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, caller. Calypso Moments.
Why we condemn the attack on our Calypsonians, but we still don't believe it's for that song, because we don't feel nothing in that song that is for something like that. We believe it's some other issue. The man that they issue, they need to first settle it. We just believe that is a warning. That's just a warning they give the guys. But we don't believe that song.
Caller-
We have got serious songs on that.
Caller,
We
we are not going to go down that road, eh? We are not going to go down that road there. But thanks for your contribution.
Yeah.
Thanks for your contribution. We are not going to go down that road.
Yeah, but as I was saying, I mean, I feel that persons are very enthusiastic about what it is they believe, and that's perfectly fine. But the kind of comments and to take it to an extreme is bordering on I would say it's danger. And certainly that is not good, because the last caller just said that's a warning. I mean
really?
I mean,
Really?
I listened to the song of Trendsetter. It's not libelous. It's not slanderous. It is the man giving his experiences.
Correct. We have a next caller. Let's take that other caller this morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Yeah, morning, Kala.
It's hot.
Yeah, Jackson. Glad to hear you guys. You know, I listen to you guys on
Thank you very much, brother.
Nice program as usual,
Yep.
and reviews and so on. Nice vibes. I was going to make two contributions. One of them is the last one that one or two callers have been calling and saying about why they're not attacking. There are many songs in Dominica over the years who have attacked the positives, you know. Even Dice, who's always singing songs probably about the system and so forth, has songs like Brothers for Me and so on, you know, and so on, which is good songs talking about my brothers, feed my brothers for me and so on. It's good songs, and generally, all about in Trinidad and all other countries, the whole idea about Calypso, the person who called does not understand Calypso.
Clearly.
Calypso always attacks the system. It's a history. From the time during slavery, they're talking about the slave masters. They never saw the slave masters were nice, or they gave them a holiday or whatever. They're talking about the issues that affect. So Calypso is really centered about the issues that affect you. If something affects you negatively, you'd naturally want to sing. There are many persons who want to sing Calypso because they figure out there are things affecting them and they want to say something. It's the only poor people's platform to say what they have to say, because all through the year you have no platform. Politicians have the platform to come and speak on the radio. They have platform to come and speak to the nation and whatever. A person, especially a young person, does not have a platform to speak about people and about things that are affecting them. So naturally, Calypso has gravitated towards level. So the person who called and said about Calypso, about positive, and he mentioned the Checker incident, which is true. Because Checker has never sing negative songs. Webb has never sing negative songs about government. You know, there are many Calypsonians, so he has not really been following Calypso. But if he feels so strong that some positives should be highlighted, then he should sing Calypso.
Correct is right.
The positive, and that's how I view it. Now, the final point is that I want to make is that so he has to study the history, first of all, the gentleman of Paul. And that point I want to make is that, yes, about the songwriters, you know, you all mentioned about songwriting. That songwriting is a very ungrateful art in Dominica somehow, eh? Because people write
you
songs
can attest to that.
Yeah, I can attest to that, because myself and Pat Aaron have been the longest serving songwriters in Dominica. I'm writing since the 70s. Between both of us, we are writing for about 100 years, myself and Pat Aaron.
Wow.
You know? Yes, we've been 100 years. I've been writing for 40. Since I'm going to grammar school, I've been writing for seniors and juniors. Many people don't know that. Myself and Pat Aaron have written for the most juniors and senior Calypsonians in Dominica by far.
Wow.
You know? So basically, the writing of Calypsos, and I'm not telling that, and it's just recently I started asking Calypsonians to pay a contribution for my writing. I do it for free. You pass on the road like they never know you.
Whoa.
After you have 5 minutes on stage, and it happens all the time. That fellas, you know, you write for them, they struggle to pay, so you have to end up paying off late contracts and to sign contracts and so on, which was unnecessary because they're just not honest. So writing is a very laborious task. It's a gift that is given by the creator, and we use it. I use it, and so on. But many times, like I write for, like this year, I write for around 2 young people. Last year I write for 3, you know. When Shelly was singing Calypso, the famous Shelly now, I worked 3 years for him in SMA, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And after his mother turned to me and said, well, you know, thank you very much, and so. And of course, Tice, who's now the king, the 2-time king, I also write for him, you know. And his grandmother is very, you know, supportive and so forth, and she'll tell me thanks and so on, you know, and may keep me a bit. But apart from maybe those 2 as a junior, for instance, there are many Calypsonians, in the time of swinging Janice and Brown Sugar and all those girls in grammar school who I write for and so forth, and I've written for. and they would just treat me as if I didn't even write for them, or they didn't even know me, they see me. So it's a very ungrateful art form. It's really a labor of love that we are basically doing. I just want to highlight that.
But
so writers like Hunter and everybody else, that's what we do.
Let me ask you, when would you normally start writing, and in terms of the ideas, do you normally get ideas from people, or do you normally have your own ideas?
Oh, for the summer, it's a combination, Kalai. So as you see things that really, and I think the writer's eye is different from the normal person's eyes, like a poet or so. You know, you see things what people don't actually see, or you view things in a direction that people don't normally take on. So you walk on the street with me, you might just see a flower and say, hey, that's a beautiful flower, but I see beyond that beautiful flower. And that's the writer's eye, and that's a gift the creator has given us writers, you know, because basically you can teach a man to play a guitar, you can teach a man to play keyboards or whatever, but you cannot really teach a man to write. You know, you can teach him to hone his skills and to better his skill at writing. But when a man has a natural ability to write and to use metaphors and similes and, you know, and use masking and so forth, it's a gift that must be respected, and it's from the creator. And so that's why I give it freely, basically. But I'm just saying that really I'm asking that, and I say nothing but on behalf of Pat and Tim Dew and all those guys who write, you know, and then, you know, the man himself was also a prolific writer when he was alive and so on. And they'll tell you the same thing, that is not a very grateful art form. And as a matter of fact, in the judging criteria for Calypso, the melody and the lyrics carries the most points, as you know, 35. So that's 70. So the writer is responsible for 70% of the song. Your job as a Calypso is to render, present the song, and render the song. You know what I'm saying? Which is account for 40 marks. So even some people in Trinidad, for instance, when in Trinidad, when they write a song, because I've judged it 2 times, when the writer actually gets half of the fees, you know, because he contributes to more than half of the purse when the song is done, you know what I'm saying? But if we here sometimes just take 25%, 30%, also have somebody to pay anything. So I write for somebody for elimination, they mess up, you know, they had a good song in this, but that happens a long number of times after you see the body. They had a good song and they mess it up. And the writer gets nothing because they do pay at elimination. And they always sometimes ask for like a percentage. And I, personally, like myself, I've only started doing that around 10 years ago. Before, for around 40 years, I've been doing that for free in fact, I've written thousands of songs, and Pat can see the same thing. So I just want to highlight that so that people know that it's not an easy task, it's a very labor of love, and we really don't get paid for what we do.
Thank you so very much, brother.
And even before you go, Jacko, I mean,
he's gone.
Yes, but a labor of love. Teaching is a labor of love as well. And the same sentiments expressed by Jacko in terms of persons passing like a buenas, you get that from a lot of students. And then you wonder, but isn't that a guy I taught 2 years ago or something? But again, it's a gift and it must be done with a passion. And I could really feel Jacko and understand clearly what he's saying. Having said that, Kalai,
we have a caller. Let's take that caller again.
Okay then.
Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm speaking. I'm there.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I think that Calypso, you know, back then the Calypsos were a bit different. Yes, there was politics in Calypso, and I follow for MC. Even when they had the OECS shoes, you understand, NC used to write both for the local and for the OECS shoes. NC type of Calypsos was, yes, it would be politically hitting the government, but it was done in a crafty manner. You understand? These Calypsos we have there, they're upfront in your face, you know, and I mean, if you listen for the past couple of years, the same is the same. Calypsonians write on a topic. If they say this here, for example, the PM thief, they change it next year and they say the PM stealing. Same thing all the time. I did literature. The literature teacher would never grade me on producing the same poem the very next day or year. I would have got 0 for that. The art form has to change. You have to reform the art form because the numbers are dropping. And it's not because People are getting fed up and tired of the same rhetoric. You understand? So we have to do something to bring back the niceness in Calypso.
Maybe call him...
Rabbit wrote political songs, but there was always a song that you could jump to, a nice song, Never Hang Your Hat, Married Girl Charlie, Solomon, you could go back, and if you take all the Calypsos of the old and you bring them in, they're much better, they're nicer, you can move to them. You all need to do something because the art form is dying, and you have to take the criticism, because some people, they maybe don't know how to say certain things, but they want the interest in Calypso. The last three callers back. Man is making a point. You want the government to support the art form. Nobody is telling you that you have to give kudos to the government all the time. It's taxpayers' money. But you cannot be crowing the same thing over and over. Have you seen that happening in any of the other countries? Same thing over and over?
Colin, maybe you need to find yourself a pen and paper and start to pen a few Calypsos?
Carl, I sang Calypso, Junior Monarch at RSB. That's the first set of with Observer. My brother sang Calypso 3 times. He was a Junior Monarch. How many times at SME? I sang Calypso once. Observer was singing that year. You understand? So I know a bit of Calypso. I told you I've been following Calypso. I was going, even when I had the chance to, I used to go to Carnival, old Carnival City. I used to record Calypso. I used to have them because when you go to a party, you had to have a Calypso or else the party would fail.
Yep.
Not today. You understand? Because the theme, you cannot bring the same theme into the party. Take for example, there's nothing, the guy is very good at act. He's very good at performing. You take him and you bring him to Granby Wetfed in Issa show. Everybody's standing upon them, but what's going on now? You have to be able to sing for people to want to hear you. We have a Booyah song that went all over. Calypso used to do that before because people could identify the music and what is going on. But if you sing about one thing every year, where can you go with that?
All right, then, caller.
The art form. Reform it.
Thank you very much, caller. The girls?
But what is a negative song? What is a negative song? And the caller made mention that Solomon Woolley and those songs like Rabbit and so on, it's a different era. We have a new generation of Calypsonians, and they come with their own style, and they speak to the issues, and that's very important,
Yep.
These are the issues. Solomon Woolley, there was a meaning behind that song.
But of course.
It was relevant at the time.
Yep. Married Girl Charlie, there was a meaning also.
Exactly. So persons are now singing on issues that they want to bring attention to.
And
yes, there may be a song that a person can chip to.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have to understand the thing is evolving. And I want to go back to the point that Jacko made earlier on. I think it's only fair that if a man writes a song and a Calypsonian sings that song and he gets some reward, it's only fair
to give a little compensation.
To give something.
Yes.
And I say no more on that.
We have a next call on the line. Caller, good morning to you. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Hey, Kara, I have to call back. No, I called back to solve a contradiction, right? Now, when I call, but when I speak from a point of fact and with passion, no vexation or anything, no arguments, passion, all right? Now, the second thing I want to say, somebody said this, I see, if I want to sing about the positivity that's happening in the country, I should get involved in Calypso. But look at what I'm doing. I am singing in words and in deeds, not just talk only, in words and in deeds. In other words, I'm taking action as a citizen of Dominica to move it forward, not backward. Now, very hard. Hold on. The country, the physical landscape cannot move. We know that. But when he said the country is going over there, he's talking about the people and the system. If he is going to over there, talk about him in the first person. Don't talk for me. We going to over there. What the hell is that? Okay, so I'm singing in words and in deeds. I'm taking action.
All right, caller.
Thank you.
Your point is well taken. The girls.
But again, it's one's own prerogative.
Yes.
So, can I? And people see things differently, and you cannot. And that is what makes us very unique. We apply a different set of lens for certain things, and we see it differently. So, if the Calypsonian feels that the country is going to over there, what do you expect him to say? And if you feel it's going in the positive manner, that is you, and you are correct to see it that way. So do not. I hate to believe that we just trying to maybe diss, so to speak, Calypsonians for what, and is that an attempt to stifle free expression?
Look, someone says this caller is too thin-skinned over their support for politicians, so they can't enjoy the Calypso. Let Calypso vive.
But if even the politicians, they enjoy the Calypso. They enjoy the Calypso. When they are the old speaker by Peter Pross, the former speaker Item Kalai, deceased.
That is correct.
That was a favorite song.
That was a favorite song.
That is Calypso.
That is Calypso.
There's a time and place for that.
1-800-327-448-3284. JD, good morning to you. Good morning to Willett in the United States. And yes, I think JD is trying to call us to maybe make some point. We have a next call on the line. Caller, good morning to you. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Oh, we lost that caller. The guys, it's really, really strange. I mean, yes.
You see, we always say Calypso is controversy, and you expect that there will be fanatics, politically and otherwise. We have to respect that. But at the same time, respect the art form, respect a man's opinion, respect a man's right to his freedom of speech.
1-800-327. We have our next call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. I don't think Calypso is dying. I just think it's changing. Like
Simple.
Like else.
That I will agree with you.
You know, yeah. But let me ask this or say this. It is evident over the past few years that the songs that seems to go the furthest are
the controversial ones.
That of political commentary.
Yeah.
Why is it? It appears that the non-political songs do not get very far. Is it that they don't seem to meet the criteria, the structure? I mean, what is it? I can't believe, because I believe that the non-political ones are also written by good writers, right? So what is it and why is it that those non-political songs do not seem to get very far? In some cases, enjoyable ones as well, you know? I would like to hear your opinion on that.
Yeah, because what I can say on that call is that, one, many persons identify with what the Calypsonian is singing. That is one, because they, for example, they say, I feel your pain, I see what you're saying, I can identify with it. So as a result, they would gravitate towards this song. Number two, people like Bacchanal and Ruru, sensationalism, people like that. So they will go for that rather than a more sedate song where you listen quietly. People like that. So I think these maybe are the two reasons why this song sort of get more earplay and more tension than the other songs you mentioned a while ago.
I share your view also, the girls, because when you go to a Calypso quarterfinals, etc., that is what people listen to, you know, and the crowd actually comes close up, like the songs of Dice. They come close up because they want to find themselves into the song and what is happening. We have a next caller. Let's take that caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Caller, are you with us?
Yeah, I don't know if you hung up or whether the call dropped, but
no, it dropped.
I just want to add that. I mean, yeah, I get your point. So that it's on the public front, but that the response of the crowd, John public, or the reaction to a song should not really impact what comes out. What the
judges judge.
finds. Exactly. So whether or not it's a popular song in the eyes of the judges, I don't know how that should impact on the judging criteria, because I don't recall any criteria that speaks to crowd response, unless it's a tent or something like that, crowd response or crowd reaction or anything like that, or impact or something like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yes, the girls?
Yeah, but the crowd certainly should not influence the judges.
Do they?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but we have to understand that we are all human beings. We are prone to errors. Judging is a subjective exercise, and judges must try their best not to be influenced at all by the crowd. But that was not the point I was making. I was just merely responding and saying that people like and that is human beings. They like controversy. If you take a newspaper, John Baptist, you would know that people and newspapers, their top stories, where do they put them?
At the front.
At the front or at the back?
Yes,
because
two top stories.
Most persons, that is when they get a newspaper, I do it. The first thing I do, I look at the front, I turn to the back. Page.
Yeah.
Because people looking for sensationalism in stories. That is what they're looking for. And you cannot blame the Calypso loving public if they gravitate towards things that they feel is a little Roro and they like their Roro.
But there's
you
song,
cannot get away from that.
The New Driver Cannot Drive. I think it's from Trinidad. Again, hard hitting with and
over the world where they sing Calypso, the government
must take blows.
Get blows because people look at them as the engine of the country, the economy, and if things are not working well for a particular set, they will vent that in song.
And that is the avenue.
They will put that in song. Now, other persons feel the pain as well.
Our next caller, the light caller, good morning. Oh, we lost that caller. Yes, the guy.
So it's not a matter of bashing government. And we have to expect that once you are in the public space, once you are a public official, you have to be able
to withstand
scrutiny.
Next caller, welcome to Calypso Moments. Good morning.
Yeah, just getting into the program.
Repeat again, caller.
No, I'm just getting into the program.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hello.
Your own caller. It's 4 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we will get back to Mighty D. We have Shadow Flow. And of course, we will get Chaco also.
Let's check for how moon can play with lemon you more. Mr. Patu tell you can play with moon like more. They are crying because so many things to get done. Ever you panilaja, say chai puge, happy hour, and sometimes if they could talk to the dead, they would say something like, "Who tell you go and die now? No, when I haven't got money. You couldn't die when I get the back pay the other day." It's a headache most people are not prepared to deal with. But thank God, see my mama to your mama credit union, and she was registered with the family bereavement insurance. You can collect your check and give mama a great send off. Grief is not a myth; it is real. It's difficile. Jije pourquoi worry code how you going to get money to pay the bills. Ebe c'est la Copef insurance for. Copef will help you cope. If it's suka play way, it will not be because you haven't got money. So remind your family and friends to contact the credit union because the plan will cover 6 members of your family. Change kote Copef, we take away the risk. You are insured. Terms and conditions apply.
I wake up in the morning.
From the Milky Way, a timeless treasure has found its way on every breakfast staple in Dominica. A delightful promise is being kept. And now everybody is drinking Promex. Promex full cream instant milk. Morning by morning, give your family a refreshing start to a productive day. Promex milk. It's pleasingly, teasingly, surprisingly delicious. Blends well with your choice teas, cereals, coffee, or all your family-friendly recipes. Promex. Good nutrition all day long. Promex milk. Every mother's favorite milk. Taste the moments that take your breath away. Promex. Available from AC Shillingford and retailers island-wide. AC Shillingford, where you spend less and get more.
Building resilience is the responsibility of us all. That means planning in the event of more frequent and intense storms. Introducing a new product called Flexible Hurricane Protection, FHP. FHP provides protection against tropical storms through to Category 5 hurricanes. If a storm covered by your policy impacts your island, you get a payout automatically. No assessors, no adjusters. Pick the amount of coverage you need. Use the funds however you want to cover lost income, replace damaged equipment or crops, rebuild your business, or carry out quick repairs to your home. Getting started is easy. Simply visit www.corpefinsurance.com to select the coverage that's right for you or choose an annual premium that fits your budget. Pay the annual premium at Corpef Insurance Head Office or your nearest credit union or a Corpef Insurance agent by May 31st. It's that simple. Make FHP a key part of your yearly hurricane plan.
Hey yo, it's your neighbor Shadow Flow. But I don't know. Wait for another mind freestyle. One brother, what's up, my sister? Yeah. This song is about the value of life, not the reality of death, yes. But we should appreciate every moment, every breath. Yo, you see, I was in something like a dream last night, thinking about death and the afterlife, and within that reasoning I realize my focus should be on life. There is a kaleidoscope of folks I've known, from bourgeois to paro with the ghetto one. One thing life has shown for sure, in the end we all got to go. So you got to live your life and live it right. No one has ever returned to tell us what it's like on the other side. Inhale that breath of life, feel that positive vibes. Make the most of what we have here right in front of us. Before we go back, ash to ash, dust to dust. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Show the best in yourself, respect everyone else. Don't be bad mind, I envy yours. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Show your value and put in your time on this earth, cause death comes to all of us. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Dust to dust. Judge not, and even when they judge you, judge not. Yes, we came from ash and dust and the earth, and that shall return. And it is the time in between that is gonna show the value that we earn. You see, here lies an elder righteous man, next to him a young corrupt politician. Interments when well they dead and gone. Can you tell me where did they move on to? How do you remember people when they die? Was it their status or how they live their life? Take a moment right now and analyze, because tomorrow comes with or without you. So you got to live your life and live it right. No one knows if it's milk and honey or fire on the other side. Inhale that breath of life, feel that positive vibes. Make the most of what we have here right in front of us. Before we go back, ash to ash, dust to dust. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Show the best in yourself, respect everyone else. Don't be bad mind, I envy yours. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Find your value and proof in your time and this roof, cause death comes to all of us. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Dust to dust. Put it on now. It's all about life now. So take it as you want. Inspiration, meditation, education. I'm just a man, yo. But hear this. They say that it is the maker's plan. 70 years allotted to every man. Take a look on Facebook right now if you can. R.I.P. to another young one. You can.
Well, everybody listen to me, eh? We have to think about your right now, this is going to be a wasted investment if we don't start procreating.
That was Shadow Flow, Ash to Ash, and in a little while we'll hear from Mighty D. Shadow Flow, he has the knack of, I mean, he writes for himself, but he has the knack of really writing some beautiful calypsos, the girls.
Yes, that's another beautiful calypso. And what I like about Shadow Flow, I like his whole demeanor on stage. The voice, it's unique.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in itself. But it's very good to see Shadow Flow with something powerful.
Mm-hmm.
He has been on the scene for calypso, but in the music arena for well over 40 years.
Yes, indeed.
And so it's certainly good to see that he has very good material this year that can take him places.
1-800-327-448-3284. We have a next call on the line. Yes, caller, welcome. Good morning to Calypso Moments.
Yes, Calypso. That's 100 for lyric. That last song, 100. You know, because there's something called human psychology. I'm a student of human psychology. And if you want the mind, okay, to stay positive, you plug positive things in mind. And what that last song says, it's all motivational, it's all empowering. And a young person listening to that song and taking it seriously moves forward, not backwards.
Thank you very much, caller. Point well taken. Again, that's the caller's perspective of things.
Yes, I mean, and one has to respect that. One has to respect that.
Yeah. So
but we see people see things from different lenses.
Yep, but of course you have the camera and the picture that you will take. I may not see it fit to take that picture. 1-800-327. We have a next call on the line. Caller, good morning to you. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Caller, you cracking up. We are not getting you.
Are
you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, go ahead.
You know, this program is very interesting this morning. And let me say,
Caller, we don't seem to get you properly. I'm not sure if it's your telephone line, but something seems to be very wrong. We're not getting it.
Or is the caller trying to listen while he's speaking?
Maybe that.
No, I'm not.
Okay, go ahead then.
Yeah, I'm saying that we have a very interesting program this morning. It was nice to hear Jaco giving his contribution and his concerns. I wanted to go with the person who said that Calypso is basically going down. I don't think so. I think Calypso has evolved, and it's actually better than it was before. I want to wonder if Calypso had remained as it was, what would people say about it? They would say, look, it's stagnant, people nowhere. Guys has been one of the pillars of our Calypsonian who has produced many good songs that you could also play in your parties. I think Bouillon reached a point where the younger people is gravitating a lot to it, and it may have taken away from the interest of Calypso, but it doesn't mean that Calypso has become less important than it was. As a matter of fact, the song that JD wrote, I sort of fall in love with that song because of the way it is written. I think it's a well-written song. And to talk about, you want somebody to talk about all the nice things that happen in what the government has done and so on. That has never been the trend that Calypso has taken. Calypso has always been a medium by which people express their grievances. And if whatever government that is in power, even when Eugenia Charles was there, as much as they say she did well and so on, and everybody has their own opinion about what she did, she got her blows. Everybody that came, workers get their blows. I don't understand why somebody has to feel offended because, people are singing about a government that is there for how long and so on. I think all that is in the interest of the public, and the Calypsonian writes what he feels, and you cannot set the Calypsonian or want the Calypsonian to sing what you want. The Calypsonian sings what he feels, and to say the Calypso Association basically is responsible because they need this and they need that, but look at what they are singing. The Calypso Association has nothing to do with the songs that comes out. And that's my contribution for this morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me say good morning to King Caressa, and let me say good morning also to Dr. Werner Alfred, the other side of King Caressa, who is very much listening. My doctor, good morning to you, Doc. Thanks for being in tune to Calypso Moments, the girls.
Yes, I mean, the caller made some interesting points, and I totally agree. And I said that early on, Calypso has evolved. We are not in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. We are in a new era. And
a new dispensation.
Exactly. And we have to move with the times.
A priest, nor have been a pastor. But from where I stand, I see spiritual warfare. The things that we see, people going after. It is very clear that there are demons out there. But if we need to stop this evil spirit from evading our churches and public office, evil and good can't be in one unit. We need to pray out them bad spirits. Like the air on the obia, pretend like you don't know it there. See things happening in our face, people behave like they don't taste. In Christians salary 100-fold, but workers can block a hole. My uncle want to snap again, but this time my uncle afraid. If we don't open our eyes and stop this, the things they will do if we play Jeff and Mumu. We have pastors, knobs of East and West, Diabla and Amita. Them man just tremble fast, afraid they're afraid.
Some Checo, them man, and whatever it is, and Freddy, in whatever. Another, again, social commentary.
Yes, and that is typical Checo. And like all of the Calypsonians, Checo sings to the issues which he feels aggrieved about.
And that is his avenue.
His avenue to vent it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we over the years we've grown to know what Checo gives.
That is him.
And then one should not be too bothered as long as he's not libel or you do not slander person.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
But I think that's Checo making his contribution, and year after year persons come together and listen. Mm-hmm. And actually some persons look forward
to Checo,
to the songs of certain Calypsonians, including Checo.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Very much so. We have a next call on the line. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, listen to us. Don't listen to the radio.
Okay. So, that's Davidson Victor, the Observer, President of the Dominican Calypso Association.
Welcome. Welcome. We know that. Thank you very much for joining us.
All right, let me just say a pleasant good morning to all the listeners of DBS Radio and all Calypsonians on behalf of the Dominican Calypso Association, all the writers and all our partners in terms of our sponsors and so on. We just want to, and all our Calypso fans, we just want to I just want to just on behalf of Calypso Association, just extend a happy new year to everyone and to tell them that we are into having a very good Calypso season. So let us just go out there and have fun in the Calypso season. I want to share light on the concept of persons. It usually comes up every year that why Calypsonians are not singing on the beautiful things or the good things that are happening. Usually people who come up with that idea means that they have not understood the most important role of the Calypsonian. The most important role of the Calypsonian is to assist the society to be a better society. That is the first role of the Calypsonian, the most important role. So you have to understand now, if that is the role of the first and most important role of the Calypsonian is to help the society be a better society, help the country be a better country, help governance become better governance, it means that you have one opportunity every year as a Calypsonian. A Calypso usually be between 4.5 minutes to 6 minutes. So it means that a Calypsonian have between 4.5 minutes to 6 minutes to make a contribution. He or she, or with their writer, is going to decide what is most important for them to do with that 4.5 to 5 minutes that they have each year. So let us look, for example, at the story in the Bible about the prodigal son. When the prodigal son go and waste all the money and waste all the riches that the father gave to him, whereas the other siblings and them did all the good. And then the father focused more and was so happy when the prodigal son was coming. He went searching and get him. Now the sons that were doing all the good things, they were asking, but why are you concentrating so much on him and us? I mean, look at me. We do all the good things with the riches and blah, 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 blah. The point in the Bible is what is already good is already good. What you want to do as a parent or as a Calypsonian or as a worker or as a manager is to fix what that is not good, to make what is not good good, so then you can have more good. So the Calypsonian has to make a choice. Should I come and say, let me tell you, there's a lot of good things that is happening in governance in Dominica. There's no two-way about it. But the Calypsonians have an opportunity to concentrate on what that is not good or not so good, so we can bring up what that is not so good to become good as well. And then we know we'll have a better society, a more thriving society, better governance, a more productive governance. So people have to learn to understand, yes, it is important for us to highlight these things, but we also have to understand, even, for example, the powers that be, they have different venues on a yearly basis that they could use to promote the things that are good. The Calypsonian only have one opportunity, which is 4.5 to 6 minutes to decide what they're going to use that 4.5 to 6 minutes to do. So we choose most of the time to highlight the things that are not so good, so we can bring it to the attention of the individuals responsible. We can bring it to the attention of the general public to see how we can come together and fix the things that are not good, so we can improve our society. We can have a better society. So this is something that we have to understand when we're trying to compare whether a Calypsonian should sing all the good things in comparison to the things that are not so good that we are trying to make good. Remember, contrary to what some people, particularly people, for example, who may be supporting a ruling government in a particular, and it doesn't have to be for this government alone, because we're speaking in general. Every government that comes in, they have the people that support them from time to time. So the thing about it is, if we have to concentrate on just the things that are good, it means that the things that are bad is going to continue to take root. And all of us know, if you have a negative attitude and you don't fix that negative attitude in your family, in your workplace, in your governance, in anywhere, it means that after a while the negative is just going to just flourish. and take over. So you have to nip it. And that is what Calypsonians are there to do, to nip the negative so that we can turn the negative into a positive.
Thank you very
the
much.
role and responsibility, first and foremost, of the Calypsonians. We, the Calypsonians, contrary to what some people may think, we are the best friends of the politicians. We are the best friends of the managers of high corporation. We are the best friends of the child molesters, the thieves, the robbers, the voleurs, the everybody, the persons who are not doing what they are supposed to do to the best of their ability within our society. We are their best friends, because it's only your best friends, Kalai, that will tell you where you're going wrong. Because when they expose their wrong, they give you an opportunity to fix what is wrong about you and make you into a better person. The Calypsonians are the best friends of the society.
Thank you very much, Brother Observer. We hope you will join us next week. And as we get into the Calypso quarterfinals, so we'll be looking forward to you joining us sometime next week on our show from between 8 and 9:30 next week as Saturday. But thank you very much for your contribution, the girls.
You're welcome, my brother, anytime.
Yes, thank you. And I love the biblical analogy that Mr. President made. And it's a pity he's not in studio with us. And as you said, he has to be invited to come over so we can throw the hard questions at him.
Yes, indeed.
So we can jab him and bring out the best in the Calypso Association. But for me, Kala, with all that discussion, and he's very right. As long as a Calypso does not promote bigotry, division, hatred, promote civil unrest, I am for it.
Always.
I am for it. And then the songs we've heard over the years have not promoted civil unrest.
Mm-hmm.
They've not promoted hatred. They've not promoted divisiveness. People sing on issues that affect them.
We have a next call on the line. Quickly, caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Hello?
Yes, caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yes, go quickly. We only have about 3
morning.
minutes left.
Yeah, but I observer just come there and I need to tell him that Calypso now. We need to put some Calypso on the road on the jump up days. I need 2 trucks on the road. That means of Bull just taking over the market on the road on that day. We need to change that around because we're not hearing Calypso on the road during the jump up.
Caller, quickly.
The other thing Calypso has to do is to market this Calypsonian better than that. And I think we need to go into a regional competition, a CARICOM Calypso competition, where we bring all these Calypsos from the islands together to put a massive show together, because we're not doing it in that kind of a manner where Calypso can be promoted regionally and go back further internationally. And the steel pan needs to come back, because last time I was on the road listening to Pan and Calypso, and that is an area that really needs attention.
Yes, yes.
That's the originality of Calypso. Some people in this country can't sing what they're supposed to sing.
Caller, it's unfortunate we have to cut you from there because we only have 2 minutes left. But thank you very much for your contribution. Because we really have 2 minutes left and we have to start to wrap up. The girls?
Yes, I think very interesting discussions, and as the season progresses, it will only get more interesting.
It is, and this morning they started.
Yeah, but then we have to. Well, people must understand that Calypso is controversy.
It is.
And we have to be able to respect the point of view. We do not have to agree, and there's nothing saying that we have to agree. But we must respect a person's style as long as the person does not infringe on your rights as an individual. If that is done, it's a different story.
And they don't defame you.
Exactly.
So, just about time to wrap up. It was a pleasure of you listening to us today and joining us. We really, really enjoyed our discussions today. Remember, next week, Saturday, same time, 8 o'clock from 8 to 9:30 right here on the nation station DBS Radio. We want to thank our sponsors immensely for being with us. So join us next week. Hopefully we should have Duncan Stowe, our next partner, with us the next week Saturday. And remember, next week Saturday also is Calypso quarterfinals, and we will be speaking a lot about that. We'll be speaking to persons from the Calypso Association. On behalf of our link person, Joseph Fadul, and the entire team, the gallery, Carlisle John Baptist, saying, God bless. See you next week.
Le check for kwa moun ka play with le moun yo mo. Me si pa tout you ka play with pou moun lagi mo eh. They are crying because so many things to get done. Ever you pani l'argent. Say chay pou gen happy hour. And sometimes if they could talk to the dead, they would say something like, who tell you go and die now, no, when I haven't got money? You couldn't die when I get the back pay the other day. It's a headache most people are not prepared to deal with. But thank God, see my